Welcome to Chick Chat. Hi everyone, your host Bunny here. I hope everyone is well. For today's podcast episode, we're going to be talking about weight and society with a very special guest, my best friend. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, so instead of using our names, we're going to just pick cover names that we want to go by for the episode. As you heard, mine's going to be Bunny. So I want you to choose any word. This can be an animal, a color, literally anything that you want to go by for this episode. So what do you choose?
I'm gonna go by deer.
Okay, I love that. Is there any reason you chose this specific word or animal?
Honestly, not really. I just think I like deers.
No,
They're my
same.
favorite animals.
No, I love bunnies, so I get it. Okay, so we're gonna just jump right in. First,
Sounds good.
yeah, so first, actually, let's start with like a little fun question. Favorite thing you did today?
Ooh, today honestly, it was a chill day. I went out with my friends and I ate out, so that was pretty good.
What'd you eat?
We had ramen.
Where'd you have from? Was it gluten-free? Guys, I'm asking because I'm celiac. Was it gluten-free?
It was not gluten-free.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of options, honestly. I don't eat pork, so it was kind of a struggle to find a place that doesn't sell pork.
Damn. I'm happy you ended up finding something. So it was good though, you had fun.
Yes, it was good.
Okay, good. Okay, so now let's jump right in. So we're gonna get started with some like a personal question. So first I'm gonna ask you, when did you first become aware of your body or your weight? Trigger warning, guys, we are gonna be talking about weight and our bodies and how we view them and how society views them. Just FYI. Okay.
I think the first time I felt like I have noticed it or felt like it was like a big topic, I would say it started pretty young. I feel like my family had played a big role on how my body image was. They obviously everyone has their own beauty standard, and I think growing up, my family did too, and so they would always compare me to my like other siblings or cousin, and tell me like, "Hey, you need to lose weight. You need to stop eating." But it is a very common thing for families. I think it comes from many households. But I do think that's the first time I noticed that I'm not fitting in the way they wanted me to. And it did affect a lot. It did affect a lot of my childhood memories and like just growing up overall.
Yeah. I would say I relate to that. I feel like the first time I was aware of my body or my weight was probably around the age of like 6. I think that was the first time I'd ever been taken to a dietitian by my family because I was on the chubbier end. And I remember I was just so confused because I was like, why are like my other friends so skinny? Like, why do I have to do this? They eat whatever they want and they don't have to do this. They don't have to deal with this. And so I feel like I get what you're saying with like the family and like the younger age, and I think that it sucks that like so many younger girls and guys and people in general just have the same experience as us, because especially as children we shouldn't have to be thinking about these things or being so conscious and so aware of these things, you know?
I agree. I just also feel like we as like growing up at that age, you are not physically aware of it. It's more of the people around you that make you aware of certain things that you were aware of. So it for sure sucks, and it builds that imagery or like the idea of body dysmorphia. And it honestly grows with you the moment it starts. It doesn't leave.
I agree. So you feel like that your like the experience you had with your family, like even just as a child, you feel like it's still with you today? Has it impacted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the idea of it, it's always wanting like to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you always want to impress you not technically impress them, but you want to be you always like just as in society, you always want to be on the thinner side. So growing up chubby, I think it played a big part. Just knowing that I want to like try my best to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
So it does affect the idea like of yourself and self confidence growing up because your your body image or you are talked about from your own family.
Yeah, I
So
agree. Yeah.
yeah, it's not like strangers telling you that. It's like people that you value and
Yeah.
you care for.
Yeah. Um, we're gonna keep the conversation, like I like how you brought up society and society's expectations of wanting us to look thinner. How do you feel that society's expectations of our specific bodies has affected your mindset toward your body?
Yeah, I feel like just as of recently, just with TikTok and social media, I think body image has been a very popular like topic, and it's talked about almost all the time
Mm-hmm.
online. Um, and just as being as a young adult right now, it does still play a big part of my life. Just the idea of what society wants to normalize and what they think is pretty and fit, or just the idea of like a healthy body to
Mm-hmm.
society is way different than what a healthy body is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So just being surrounded by society that only values women who are on the thinner side does affect my day-to-day life,
Mm-hmm.
because as much as you are trying, you feel like you still need to try harder
Mm-hmm.
because you would lose a little weight and then you realize that you're still not thin enough for the society or the trend that's happening right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I agree with you. I love that you said that it might not be like necessarily healthy, but it's what society has chosen to appear healthy.
Yeah,
What do you feel like healthy means to you?
honestly, a healthy body means to you, like me, is someone who is able to do everyday to day life, that's able to eat well,
Mm-hmm.
practice sports, going
Mm-hmm.
out, doing the regular activities that anyone is able should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think most importantly is a healthy body where you see yourself and you're able to be confident and loving yourself. So just being able to practice the little stuff in your day to day life, honestly, for me is considered a healthy body.
Yeah, and I love that. I actually agree with you. I feel like society, how they view health, doesn't equate to its true meaning at all. I feel like society tells us the thinner you are, the healthier you are, but as we both know, like that's not true. Um, from personal experience, I know that the thinnest I ever was actually probably one of the unhealthiest times of my life. And I feel like our society needs to change how it views bodies and women, because that is so harmful to young girls and older women. Actually, not even just gender, is just everyone. It's just so harmful for everyone to have these expectations of us, because then people are going to extremes and doing things that shouldn't be done, and in turn harming their bodies just to appear a certain way, you know? And
Uh-huh.
yeah. Um yeah, I just hope that like as a society we can reach one day where we're not like pushing this idea on just individuals in general, um and we can just all be happy for each other and happy like with each other, like regardless of what we look like or our sizes, you know?
No, I totally agree. Also, I've recently like felt like more people are talking about this topic, and I hope it becomes a more like talked about topic, and
Yeah.
how society has that idea of the perfect body or the perfect weight. But that's not gonna look the same on everyone.
Yeah.
So just having that topic with people online or in social media does improve everyone's mental health
Yeah.
around the weight and how you look like.
No, I agree with you. Do you feel like social media helps influence girls on how they view their bodies, or actually degrades how we view our bodies?
I think there is both sides on social media. You will obviously find people that talk about body positivity, and they will talk about they talk about how you should take care of your body, this and that. But you will also find the other side of social media that's super negative, super toxic, and it's like how to lose 30 pounds in 10 days, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
for
most
sure.
unrealistic, where you will see bodies that are super unrealistic, and everyone process things differently. But just you, based on, I feel like also social media is pretty bad, because just depending on how your mood is, that's how your feed is gonna be.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you're feeling sad, your feed is usually more of the negative. And if you're feeling positive, then maybe today you'll see good videos about
yeah,
body image, and yeah. So
yeah,
it's a mix of both, but I do think it's still kind of a disadvantage for younger women or the younger generation in general, on body and body image.
yeah, I agree. Um, I I wanted to ask you more like about the social media and how it influences like us, how we view our bodies. What do you think of like filters and Facetune, not just regarding like famous influencers, just also regarding us as individuals?
I think at one age, I was personally using them because that's how everyone was kind of posting, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just growing out of that phase, you realize that it develops a lot of insecurity and body dysmorphia, even
Mm-hmm.
like face dysmorphia. It's
Yeah.
like, are you able to like notice yourself? Like, you look at the picture and you kind of can't tell if that's you or not. So I'm honestly against using filters or any of that sort.
Yeah.
I do think it makes body image and body, or just face, it like kind of makes it difficult to know who you are.
Yeah.
Because you're just using it multiple times, and I think it gets over time it gets worse.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like my aunt, for example, she loves using filters. She loves them. And I tell her, I'm like, please, like, Khalto, like, if you're taking a picture of me, do not put a filter. She's like, why? But I love the way it makes me look younger. It snatches my face, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but I understand, but you're so beautiful the way you are. Like, she's like, I don't like the way I look without them. I'm like, that in itself is the problem, that society has, like, made us think that, hey, we're getting older. Oh my God, our face has a couple more lines on it. No, we need to look as young as possible, as snatched as
Yeah.
possible. It's like, no, I want to see what I look like, really. It's like you were saying, like,
Yeah.
you don't even understand what you look like when you take off that filter. I don't want to ever. I feel
Yeah.
like most of us already struggle with body dysmorphia without filters. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that in itself adds on to it. And it makes me so sad when I see influencers who are clearly doing that, but younger girls or younger guys or younger individuals in general just aren't able to like see that because they think that that's what they look like, but that's not what these people look like at all.
Yeah, and that's when it's like you can't recognize your own self. And I think a lot of people, especially the younger generation right now, is able to, they're consistently comparing themselves to people who are in their 20s
Yeah.
and they're, young adults or in their 30s or something. But the younger generation does play a big part of like this. The younger generation had gotten it the worst, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because now it's very big on TikTok where when people are posting, they're using filters and stuff. And younger girls and guys too,
Yeah.
they're consistently comparing themselves. They want to look like them. And you are just at the age that you want to look like any other celebrity and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
just kind of impossible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It quite literally is impossible because the resources that these individuals, influencers have at their hands are drastically different than the resources we have. I saw this, one of these influencers that I follow, and I'm like, wow, like her body's always on, the more fit side. Like, it's not even like fit from the gym. It's just like she's just snatched, whatever. Fine. And she eats whatever she wants. Like, she's posting like eating like foods that you wouldn't think like healthy or not healthy, or like individuals that look like that would necessarily eat, and like the quantities would be like larger that she's eating, correct? I find out, I'm listening to her podcast the other day, she's talking about Monjaro and Ozempic, and which she's literally on them all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you're telling me these influencers are over here like, it's like you're getting catfished, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's the same way with a lot of gym influencers, being on like injectables and steroids and other stuff. And, just as someone who goes to the gym, I think it's obviously a lot harder for a woman to build muscle. But going online and seeing that there's women that are able to have this perfect body or the perfect, they have nice abs and the perfect fit that you want.
Yeah.
And then if you really look down and you kind of watch older videos, you realize that, you're doing the same effort as them, but you'll realize that they're also taking supplements and injectables that make them look this way. It's not natural. And obviously I'm not against it. I'm just against the idea of promoting going to the gym and not telling people that this isn't just the gym. It's
100%.
you taking other stuff, and I'm fully fine with people taking whatever they want to take. That's totally okay. But just letting people think that they're not normal because they don't look like you.
Yeah.
But you also just don't mention that you also take injectables that help you, get to this level.
Or that you've done surgeries that have helped you. I'm not saying it gave you that body, but it helped push you for that body,
Yeah. And I think it's the same way for a lot of male influencers, like gym TikTok, or just guys that post online. A lot of the gym contact, you look at them, and I know a lot of younger guys also think the same way. They're like, oh, they look really big and insane.
Yeah.
But then you realize, like, everyone is not, like, there's always other stuff that you just don't know about certain individuals.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to have the confidence with yourself. If, you can't just compare yourself to everyone online because you haven't put your body through what they put their body through, whether it's injectables or just working out consistently.
No, I agree. 100%. I agree with you. So, do you feel like, we talked about the gym, for example. I feel like throughout our time on social media, we've seen different kinds of body trends where we've seen the thinner end, we've seen the like more fuller end, we've seen the gym body trend. Do you feel like with these trends changing, does it change how you view your own body?
Honestly, I do think so. I think it plays a big effect. A few years ago, obviously, I want to say surgeries, or I guess, were more common, and celebrities like Kim Kardashian and like her sisters, they have like, certain figures, and they would have like BBLs. I think
Yeah.
that's very
Yeah, yeah,
common.
yeah.
And now if you look in 2025, I think this trend is kind of dying.
Yeah.
And so people now, they tend to they want to be on the thinner side.
Yeah.
So it's not trendy anymore, so people are not doing it. So now everyone just kind of wants to be skinny. They and I think it affects people. Obviously, um, it's not everyone, but there's a lot of like there's I'm pretty sure it's a high percentage of people that get influenced by it, including me. Like, you always, you go to the gym and you want to look a certain way,
Yeah.
but then you look online and it's like, do I want to have a gym body, or do I just want to be skinny?
Yeah.
And I guess it sucks to say, but a lot of people think it's more feminine. Like, do I just want to be thin and feminine, or do I want to do I want to work out and be like more muscly and have like a gym body?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I feel like I've been influenced by these trends as well. I think I remember when the Kim Kardashian like era and stuff like that. I also was like, "Oh my god, I want to, look a certain way. Let's go to the gym." Remember we used to go to the gym thinking we like
Yeah.
not that it's not possible, but like thinking we would get a like a butt like that or whatever. Then like the trend kind of died down, and I feel like we kind of went towards we kind of wanted to be just skinny. We didn't even care about how we looked. We just wanted to be skinnier. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, honestly, like, even now, like, speaking about this, I'm in that mentality of just wanting to be thin, and it sucks to say,
Yeah.
but that's just how this is how our brain tries to normalize things, because everyone else around us is or
Doing
wanting
it.
to do it.
Yeah.
So naturally, we're like, yeah, I need to look like this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that this is so harmful for us and for our just fellow girls and guys and everyone else and just people in general, because I agree with you. I think there's that part of my brain, but then I also feel like there's that part of my brain that's like, no, you need to love yourself as you are, because this body is the body that's protecting you. This body is the body that's letting you move, letting you do these things. You don't have to look like how everyone looks. Do you know what I mean? Like we need to break that cycle of, and it's so hard. It's so much easier to say than do, But like I feel like one step towards like changing how society looks at our bodies is making that change ourselves,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's important for everyone to have their own journey with their body. And I feel like I'm having my own journey with my body. Like,
Yeah.
I think I want to say I've been the healthiest ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more like, I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. And I'm happy that I got to a point where I'm able to give my body the nutrition that it needs to make me kind of thrive and be able to do my everyday life. Because at one point I kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
And you notice how your body changes. And it doesn't change in a good way. It changes in a bad way.
Yeah.
But your brain just tells you that, like, okay, well, you're losing weight. It doesn't matter if it's, like, bad, but, like, let's focus on the good part. Like, you're losing weight.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's I hope I hope, sometimes I'm like, I wish people just don't lose weight because they want to lose weight. I wish people are losing weight because they want to be healthier.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even I struggled with that. I wasn't like, at one point I wasn't losing weight because I want to be healthier. I wanted to lose weight because I wanted to be skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you talked about like kind of changing how the way you're doing it, because you recognize that, hey, I do want to lose weight, but hey, I want to do it not because I want to look like everyone else, but because I want to feel good and I want to be like healthier in your sense, and like you're wanting to do it in a better way for your body, not just in a way where it's like, I just want to be skinny, I'm gonna do I'm gonna eat just way like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, no, you're like, I'm gonna do it quote unquote like the more correct way, where you're not harming your body's hormones or and like cutting the nutrients that like your body needs, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like there just has been so many. Yeah, I think there just has been so many people online that support certain diets that for younger people, you kind of like, you fall into bad habits. You start trying like the new diets and stuff, and
Yeah.
the moment you lose like few pounds, I think it's like, honestly, that's the start of it. Like the moment you start a diet and you see a change, that's when the bad habits start.
Yeah.
Because the moment you start, it's like a cycle that you can't
Yeah.
get out of.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's so important, guys, if you're still listening, it's so important that if you recognize the signs in people around you and yourself, to go seek help or go to try to help your friends or your family or whoever you see if they're suffering from like symptoms that I think a lot of us know how to recognize them. We can get into like another episode, a deeper dive on that. But if you see someone like struggling for help but not necessarily asking for it, go check in on them, do the best you can. Sometimes people don't want help and that's okay, but you need to, if you can, like do what you're capable of, and just checking in and just trying to help them, you know?
Yeah, I fully agree. I just feel like in many cultures, eating disorders are not like a known fact or a very common talked about topics. So it's always important to share awareness about eating disorders and how people deal with them and cope with a disorder like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Um, okay, so what is an advice that you would give to younger you or just younger me struggling with our bodies or our self-image?
An advice I would give to younger generation or just like even myself, um, is that you don't have to look like everyone else. You truly just have to, honestly, you just have to be doing it to want to be healthy. Um, and overdoing something only kills you and not,
Mm-hmm.
it's never gonna, it never helps you. It honestly just kills you. So it's pretty important to, if you want to work out and you want to be at the gym, do it with good intentions for yourself and bettering yourself, and not in a harmful way to look a certain way. Because you can never build a body without the nutrition that
100%.
you get. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a piece of advice I would give to younger us would be, you are so beautiful the way you are. Learn to accept yourself and love yourself in the mirror. And then if you want to achieve certain goals, then do that, but do it in a way where you're not harming the body that is protecting you at the moment, because the consequences of those actions are way worse than like what you think they are and what you think they can be. Just all bodies are beautiful. You are so beautiful. You don't need to do all these extreme diet restrictions to look a certain way, you know? But yeah, Is there any other comments or anything you'd like to say, get off your chest or anything?
Honestly, no, I just fully agree with whatever you said. But yeah, everyone's beautiful. You just need to, build your self-confidence and actually truly love yourself. Because
Yeah.
the moment you love yourself, everything will be fine.
Yeah, everything kind of falls into place when you
Yep.
truly find that acceptance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Thank you so much, dear, for joining us on this talk today. I hope you found the conversation enthralling. Thank you guys for listening. Join us for our next episode. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.